Hello my fellow gamers, how's it going? Gamerdude back once again with another episode in our Just the Facts series. So, over the last couple of weeks, we've heard nothing in the gaming world except news regarding remasters and the next generation consoles. So I am delighted to tell you today, we finally have something new. Yes, as you can tell from the title, it appears we are getting a PAYDAY 3. Now, I never actually played any of the other PAYDAY games, and some of you may be thinking, well, why the hell are you bringing us this then if you've never played the others? Well, I'm doing it because, well, like I said, it's something new, it's something different, and it is very interesting to say the least, and I will get into detail on that in a little bit as to why it's so interesting. But anyway, yeah, let's move on and find out what I discovered regarding this new game. So, on the 14th of October, it was confirmed that a new PAYDAY game is definitely on the cards. Complete, I may add, with an expected release window. As revealed over on the financial earnings report on Starbreeze's corporate blog, the company explains that despite some financial difficulties, PAYDAY 3 will be releasing in 2022 or 2023. Don't know why they can't just give us a specific year, but yeah, we'll go with it. We'll just roll with it. So, over on the blog from Starbreeze, they stated, the company estimates that these cash flows will be positive, based on expected new publishing agreements in 2020 and the expected release of PAYDAY 3 in 2022 and 2023. So I can only estimate or assume from what they've said there that they're talking about the next generation of consoles, so Xbox Scarlet and PS5, and potentially Nintendo Switch if it's still going at that point. Anyway, earlier this year, the Swedish publisher and developer Starbreeze Studios offered a frank and honest financial earnings report for the Q1 of 2019. Admitting, and it's quite unfortunate because a lot of companies go through this at some point, admitting it's expecting a liquidity shortfall. Basically meaning that, they're not earning as much as they'd like to. Unless the company gets a serious cash injection from elsewhere. So it could mean there's a potential buyout happening. It now seems as though the situation has been resolved, at least enough for them to make a new game in the PAYDAY 3 franchise, that is. Well, in the PAYDAY franchise, that is. I got mixed up there. But the previous PAYDAY games, although I never played them, they were insanely successful games. But sadly, they have been kind of MIA for a while now. I mean, the last one we got, I think, was August 2013. And that is quite a ways off. I mean, it's not as long as what most games have gone without a sequel, but it's still quite a while. And if you think about it, it's like, well, why now? Why not sooner? But the games have been met with honest and dishonest reviews. Basically, some shit, some good. So hearing that a new one on the cards is definitely quite exciting. Even if its confirmation was quite possibly the most unexciting reveal in gaming history. Ah well, if you're a PAYDAY fan, you don't need a flashy unveiling, I guess. But following the cancellation of Overkill's The Walking Dead, it has been a rocky road for the company. Because that game was super hyped up, It released on PC, it was scheduled for a console release, and just as we were about to get the console release, it was just stopped. It was just canned and scrapped. I mean, I'm not too sure if you can still play the PC version, but if you can, I'm assuming there's nothing more to it. There'll be no updates, it'll still be buggy as fuck, and I'm guessing that there's probably no servers for it now actually, so it probably won't actually be up and running, so ignore that part. But it does look like the company and many of its employees are going to pull through. The studio recently faced a restructure back in December of 2018, but it seems as though the team's future is definitely looking a lot more hopeful than it was at the beginning of this summer. When it seemed as though the closure was imminent, much like what happened with Telltale Games, the studio managed to sort of crawl out from the rubble and, pick themselves back up, so to speak. But Starbreeze is currently in the process of publishing Psychonauts 2 from Double Fine. Now, I'm not too sure about that. I've never actually heard of that, so if you have, let me know in the comments below. But it's got to make you wonder, why now? Why have they suddenly decided to do this so many years later? I mean, it's almost 2020 now, and if they're saying you're not going to get it till 2023 or 2022, that's 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. That's 9 or 10 years. I mean, that's nearly a decade. It's like, wow. Is that how long we're going to have to wait for the next GTA game as well? Because, it's been 6 years since GTA 5 released. I get that on the current generation systems, they are now limited with the demand on games. There's only so much that the current generation of consoles can handle now. With all these big open worlds coming and big battle royales like Shite Night and whatnot, to taking advantage and whatnot. So it does stand to reason that a lot of these games were waiting a long time for, because they're waiting for the right software, the right hardware, and just the right technology, really. Because you don't really want to be playing a game that has to be deliberately downscaled and cut short because they want to put it on current gen systems. I can only imagine that when the Xbox Scarlet and PlayStation 5 comes out, we will see some games get a cross-platform, playthrough. Like what happened with Grand Theft Auto 5 on the PS3. They brought it back out on the PS4. It was the same game, practically the same graphics, practically the same structure, practically the same build. Practically the same game build. You get what I'm saying with that. So it wouldn't surprise me if that happens a lot with the next generation incoming. But as for Payday 3, it does seem as though with it coming out in 2022 or 2023, it will only and simply be for the next generation. Which I'm okay with, like I said, I'm not a Payday fan, but if anyone else watching this now or in the future is a fan of Payday, then you should take it with a grain of salt, really, because a studio that is in severe trouble is still trying to make decent games for its fans. And I find that really admirable. I really admire that, because Telltale Games, they didn't bother, I love Telltale Games, don't get me wrong. I will never have anything bad to say about Telltale Games except for right now. The fact that they just started on the final season of The Walking Dead and then stopped. They shut down and stopped production on it as the first episode was released. That to me was just defecation. It was basically saying we don't care about our fans. Whereas this studio, like I've said, they're in trouble and they are still trying. They're not just saying, right, well, we've promised you this. Oh wait, sorry, no, you're not getting it. They're actually trying to do something, which again I completely admire and respect. So yeah, do let me know in the comments what you guys think. I'd be interested to know your thoughts on this. I mean, do you think it's going to be an ultimate and epic failure? Do you think it will actually go the way of Telltale Games and the company will shut down before they actually get to release it? Or do you think it's just another publicity stunt and they are actually just in the process of making a shit ton of games, and they're only saying this to hype people up so they can get more sales on their previous games. But anyway, that is it for this episode. I hope you all enjoyed it. Sorry it's a little bit shorter than usual, but the article I found on this was really quite short. So, you know, all I did really was just add my own input into this facts video. But yeah, I still hope you enjoyed it. But for now, we are also going to be taking our regular Tuesday off, but I'm thinking of taking Sundays off for the foreseeable future as well, just until I get The Walking Dead replaced. I mean, I'm probably going to do a live stream this Sunday because, you know, I've been inactive for the whole week, but that's because I've been feeling dreadfully awful. I've been feeling so bad, you know, I've barely been able to lift my arms and get out of bed. It's been that bad. So I may do a live stream on Sunday just to make up for the lost hours. But anyway, shout out to all subscribers, old and new. We are now at 984. We are still slowly creeping towards that goal of 1k milestone. We are only just a few away now. Just a few away. Let's see if we can get there. Just a few, you know, just a couple more. Let's try and get one a week, you know, just to get there for the end of the year. But yeah, seriously, I can't thank you guys enough for your continuous love and support of my content. But of course, if you are new to the channel and enjoyed this video or any of my other content, make sure you smash that like button and drop me a subscribe. I always sub back to new subscribers and view any content you may be producing. So that being said, this has been Just the Facts with Gamerdude. Happy gaming, and I will catch y'all in the next one, guys.